one day I went out with Kimber. We loaded up the boat. We were just going out with 2 rods. I just learned this technique of using planer boards and bonita strips from my buddy Tunafish Joe.
Dude, you're doing it all wrong, man. The planer game is how you do it around here to get the wahoos.
We were trolling on a spot that I found on the nav screen that I thought might hold some fish. And I got a bite. But I didn't know if it was a wahoo. I didn't know if it was a kingfish, a barracuda. Who knows what it was? But I fought it like it was a wahoo because you never know. Well, that was at a time that I just started using planer boards, so I didn't have a planer bridle just yet. So in fighting that fish, I couldn't take the planer board off like I can now. So I had to, lock the rod up, but not lock it off too tight in case that fish took off, that it could take the line, and set that planer board in a way that I thought if it took off that it could take it without, getting caught up on anything. And I had to hand line that fish in. And I started bringing that fish in. Kim, remember you were getting all excited? And then I saw the colors. It was a wahoo. Finally, I had a wahoo on it. And it was right there at my fingertips. And this thing was beautiful. I mean, all lit up. I'm fighting it, I'm just in gear. Bringing it up, I grabbed the gaff. I reached down, stuck that fish, and it just went ballistic. Trying to tear out of my hands. Kimber's over there just getting all excited. I can't just bring the fish right in because it's so dangerous, it could have just slit her throat. So as soon as I got that fish handled and I knew I was gonna bring it in, I told Kimber to move. And she moved immediately, and I brought that fish in and just flew into the boat. And I just will always remember that slow motion, that fish just coming over the gunnel tail. Just flipping out. Now, many of you know wahoo has some seriously sharp teeth. And you don't want to be messing around. That fish hits your calf, hits your shin, hits your dog. It's going to slice right through whatever it hits. One time I had a kingfish just whack my washdown hose and slice it right in half. And that fish was flipping out. Almost got me, but I had to take the mallet to it, take it out. You remember that? We took it down. And I finally had my wahoo. It was amazing. Finally did it! Oh! Finally caught a wahoo! Yeah, baby! First wahoo in the boat! Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, thank you. It was one of the most beautiful moments in all my fishing adventures to finally have that wahoo, to have worked so hard to get it. There's a saying that I keep trying to remember. It's not where you're at, it's the path that you had to take to get there. So, you go on a charter, somebody hooks you up right on a fish, hands the rod to you and reels it in and gaffs it for you. I mean, that's cool, but it's not going to be as rewarding as you going out time and time again, hunting this fish and getting skunked time and time again, and then finally connecting with that fish and bringing it on the boat. Especially on your own, with your dog. Especially after you've been going out telling everybody on social media time and time again that you were going to go do this. And man, what a relief. What a relief. Finally catch that fish. And a bonus catch, I ended up catching a blackfin tuna too. So sashimi with my wahoo, I'll take it. And it was a pretty spectacular evening. I cooked that wahoo in every which way. I even took the head of that wahoo, put it in the freezer. I was gonna, clean it and mount it and glue it back together like people do. But when I ran out of that wahoo, it was so delicious. Remember my friend Valentine Thomas came over and I took it out and we were looking at it and we just said, why don't we throw it in the grill?
What you doing, Kimber?
Why don't we cook it up? And we got some incredible meat. I think the best meat on a wahoo actually is in the head. 'Cause that's all the muscle. They didn't even use really that much. But we ate good that night off that head.
Look at this. Oh man.
Some wahoo tacos with homemade guacamole and salsa from the one and only Valentine Thomas. It took me years to catch that wahoo. Not a couple of trips, years. Thousands and thousands of dollars. I have folders and folders and folders of film of just going after these wahoo and never catching a thing. And I got them. And not only did I get them, but I got them on film. So I'm really thankful to be able to have these films to look back on and relive these moments and share them with all of you. So I hope you enjoyed that part of my story. Now the next thing on my list was to shoot one. Caught one on rod and reel. That was unfinished business for me, but I now wanted to shoot one.